All right, we got a pretty quick and easy one here today. We got Miss Dana's 2018 Toyota Sienna, which this covers many models of Siennas, but we are going to do the rear brakes on it. This is a super easy job. It takes very minimal tools. It is very quick. Anybody can do this, your garage, driveway, wherever. So we're gonna avoid any fluff. We're gonna get right into it. Before I do, I wanna say I will have a link up here in the video and in the description below for any tools and for brake pads and rotors if you need them. We are gonna get these rotors turned. I always recommend at least turning your rotors to make sure they're nice and straight before you go on with your new pads, but that's that. So what we're gonna do is start by getting your car up and supported, and you get the tire off. The lug nuts are a 21 millimeter, so I'm gonna pull this off and then we'll pick up from there. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start, you have a 14 millimeter bolt, one up here and one down at the bottom. We're gonna take both of those out. Now, you will want to break them both loose with your ratchet. This top one, actually, you may require, I'm gonna use a ratchet wrench. So it may actually just require a wrench itself because the shock's in the way for a ratchet to fit in there, but we'll get them both cracked loose to where we can turn them with hand, and then we'll take them all the way out. If not, if you take one bolt all the way out when you're trying to break the other one loose, it may swing on you and it gets annoying. So just make sure you crack them both loose and then take them out. So we'll get those out and then I'll show you what to do from there. Okay, with both those bolts out, this puppy will slide right off the top here. You can lay it over and put it on your control arm right here. You just want to make sure you're not hanging it on the brake line. So just anywhere, you can even get a little hanger and try and hang it up top somewhere, but just set it to where it's not putting a whole bunch of tension, hanging all the weight on this brake line here. And then we're ready to go here. So what you want to do now is you have access to your pads. You can just grab them with your fingers and wiggle them on back and they will come out. So here's your old pad. You'll see these ones are not, this side's not worn as bad as the other, and I'll show you what causes that problem here in a little bit, but they're still pretty worn down. So we're going to go ahead and get them replaced. Both pads are off. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this caliper bracket off, and that is a 17 millimeter bolt here and a 17 millimeter bolt here, and it is going to be very tight. So you're going to want a long handled ratchet if you got one. So like I got this one right here. So let me get those broke loose. We'll do the same thing like we did on the upper caliper bolts. We'll break them both loose and then we'll take them all the way out. All right, so I've got mine loose, and I will say I cannot wait to see the torque spec on these because I'm pretty sure these are way over tight. But look that up when we put it back together. So here we go. Take these bolts out. This whole bracket will come right off here. You can set it to the side. Okay, there we have it. So with the caliper bracket removed, we can remove the rotor now, so we can go get, like I said, we're getting these ones turned. If you need to replace them, this is also how you do that. You'll just be putting new units on. So all you gotta do is grab it, wiggle it forward. If it sticks up on you a little bit, we'll grab a hammer and we'll hit it on the face right here in between the studs, which is what we're gonna have to do on this side. Just giving it light taps.
2,000 years later.
There you go. I'm not gonna leave that whole bit in there, but that was a lot of banging. So just know it may take a while working around with that hammer, all the different areas you can hit, but pops right off of there once you get it. And yeah, now we're ready to go get these puppies turned. And if you're doing that, any auto parts store close to you probably does it. Make sure you grab some brake cleaner while you're there. A good rule of thumb is about 1 can per side. So we're about to clean some stuff before we put it all back together. But let me go drop these puppies off, and whenever they are turned and ready to install, we will finish this out. All right, here we are back from the parts house. Unfortunately, Miss Dana's rotors were a little too thin and warped to be saved, so we had to get some new ones, which is totally fine. So we're gonna slap some new rotors on here. They weren't even that bad. Well, basically like right under $100 a piece. So before we get started doing anything else, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some brake cleaner and we're gonna douse down all of these parts here on the parking brake. And we're just gonna give it a real good dousing. This is why I said rule of thumb, you want 1 can basically per side, because we have more to do after this. But we'll let that dry up and then we will pull out our new rotor. If you have new rotors, always check to see if the machining oil has been cleaned off of them. If not, you'll need to douse them down with brake cleaner as well before you slide them on. Okay, so you'll see this one has nice and shiny and wet right here. This is machining oil. So I need to douse this guy down with some brake cleaner before I put it back into position. The inside is obviously the most important here because we can hit the rest of it when it's in place. That can I started with was half used, so don't think I've already gone through a whole can, because I haven't. But yeah, so we'll get that put into position. You do have this little hole right here, this access hole. You need to make sure you line that up over on the pass-through for the adjuster. Otherwise, if you need to get to that in the future, you'll be having a real bad time. All right, with our new rotor in place, we actually are coming over here. We're gonna pop the hood. Our next step is to depress the caliper piston back in, so that way it will fit the new pads. In order to do that, we need to take the cap off of the brake fluid. All right, here we are with the hood open. You will come right up here by this wiper arm, and this little cap should pull off of here. There we go. Just pull on it. It's a little tough, and then you can pop this top right off of there. There we go. Now we won't have any back pressure. We're ready to depress this piston. Now they make a really cool caliper piston ratcheting tool that I love so much, but it doesn't fit on this one, so we're going to do this the old school way. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the old brake pad, you're going to lay it in there backwards like that, so the rough meaty surface is facing you. And the old caliper hitting spot is facing the back. We're going to take this C-clamp, we're going to come in over the back like this, and we're going to tighten it down with a C-clamp and squeeze that puppy back flush, as close to in the center of the piston as you can be. You'll see this is pushed all the way back. Oh, be careful not to drag it on your new rotor. Sheesh. All right, so we got one last step here with this thing. We're going to spray this down with brake cleaner just like we do everything else. Let it dry, and then we're going to apply some synthetic brake grease to this piston side and both these arms where they're going to contact the pads. All right, while we're waiting on that brake cleaner to dry, this is the caliper bracket. This is going to be basically our final step here. I like to do this while it's off the vehicle. You can do it wherever you prefer, but your new pads will come with new hardware, which is these little metal clips right here that the brake pads ride in. So we're going to pop all of those off, and we're going to brake cleaner this as well, and then we'll reinstall these clips, and then we're going to check these caliper slides, which I'll show you how to do that after I get it all cleaned up. Off to start, you can just grab them with your fingers usually and just kind of work them off the same way you kind of got the brake pads out. Hopefully you can see that. We're camera on the kneeing again. It's not the best strategy, but it's what I got. So just like that, you got 4 of them, one in every corner. Take note of how they are facing. So in this case, the tabs on this side are facing down and the tabs on this side are facing up. So I'll probably do these 2 at a time just to make sure I get them in the right orientation. Hit that with some brake cleaner as well, and now I'll put that metal in and that metal in after I make sure these slots are nice and clean, and then we'll do the other sides so that way we don't mess up the direction that they face. Okay, here we are. We got all of our new hardware in. You want to be careful to make sure you are tight to the edge and there's no overhang in here where the rotor rides, but we will do a test spin of the rotor before we put the pads on. Now the one last thing to check with this before we're ready to start actually putting stuff back together is you need, let me get you turned over here. So what you need to do is you need to check these caliper slides. This is the most overlooked thing in all brake jobs. So you need to be able to slide these things in and out nice and easy. They should have no drag. They shouldn't be stuck like this. They shouldn't feel crunchy. So if they do, and they're not moving freely, which is pretty common, what you're gonna do is just hold the rubber like I just did there with my fingers and pull this pin out like this, right? Now we can apply some fresh synthetic brake grease to this and then work it back in here and work it around. The grease that's in here is a little gummed up, so we'll probably give it a spritz brake cleaner down in the hole and try and wash some of that out, and then we'll apply some new brake grease. Just like that. Brake cleaner is your friend whenever it comes to brake jobs. There is no doubt about that. So all we did was put it up right here and just blast some in there to try and rinse out some of that old grease. This is something I've actually seen multiple shops miss. So if you pull your brake pads apart, and you may have noticed it earlier in this video with these, we had some gummy caliper slides on this. You can tell whenever a pad is one pad is thicker than the other, it's because the caliper slides are getting stuck. So now you can wipe this off with a paper towel before you put some new ones on, or new grease on, but we'll just put a little dollop of fresh synthetic brake grease on there. Now we're gonna stick it in the hole. We're gonna work it back and forth and make sure it's nice and easy to move, just like this. Now it doesn't have any drag left and it moves nice and easy. That's how it should work. So I'm gonna do this other one, and then we're ready to finally put all this back together. Guys, we're on the home stretch finally. So we're gonna take our caliper bracket here. Hopefully I have you in a position where you can see, but it's really easy. We're gonna slide it back in just like the way we got it off. We're gonna be careful not to clank into our new rotor. And we are gonna finger start these bolts, and then we will tighten them down to 88 Newton meters, which might sound like a lot because it is a lot. The bolts finger tight, they aren't torqued down yet. And at this point, you want to press your rotor to make sure it's nice and up there and spin it. Oops, see? It's making contact with something, and we don't like that. So we need to figure out where it's hitting on these little brackets here, and then we're going to need to adjust them. So this appears to just be terrible aftermarket design. The way those lip out, we're going to have to press those down with a flathead screwdriver to make sure they can clear the rotor, because the last ones weren't like that. So otherwise it's going to drag on there, and we're going to get some real bad noises and some real bad problems. So I'm going to grab a flathead, we'll get these pressed down, and then we'll continue from there. All right, here we go. We got clearance. It is not a lot, but it doesn't need to be a lot. That is, and it can slide in just a little bit whenever the tire gets on. So whew, that was silly. All right, now we can finish out. So all we have left to do now is put some synthetic brake grease on a few locations. We are going to put synthetic brake grease on the end of these tongues here where the brake pads meet, and on the middle of the caliper piston there. And we're gonna put a little dabble into all four corners of this hardware and just rub it around with our fingers. Then we'll be ready to pop these pads in and button everything up. All right, just wanted to show you here. So I just put a tiny little bit off my brush on there, and then I like to rub it around with my finger. You want to make sure not to get it on the rotor. Obviously, if you do, you can just take a paper towel with some brake cleaner and wipe it on off. But otherwise, you're just getting it right up on these little metal brackets here. And then we went right on those fingers and right on that caliper piston. Now we are ready to slide in our new brake pads and put our bolts on to our caliper piston. All right, here we go. We've slid our new pads in, and now we're just going to take this. Make sure you do not twist the brake hose whenever you put it on. You want it to be nice and straight. But we'll just slide this puppy right back up here and tighten our bolts down. And we're ready to put our tire back on and pump our brakes. All right, here we are all back together. So don't forget the two top caliper slide bolts, the last ones you put in, the 14 millimeters, those are 27 Newton meters of torque. Your lug nuts are 107 Newton meters if you're into that kind of thing. But once you have it all bolted together, the tire holds that rotor as flush as it can be. So give it one last spin. Just make sure you don't hear any metal scraping or anything. And we are good to drop this side off the jack stand. And then all you got to do is, once you've done the other side, before you drive, make sure you pump up your brake pedals, because they're going to be soft until those calipers start squeezing on those new pads. But hopefully this video helps somebody out. It may seem a little tedious, especially with the way we had to manipulate those little metal brackets, but the stuff I have linked will be better quality. So we got these ones locally. They're supposed to be the high-end stuff too. I cannot believe we had to do that. But hopefully it helps somebody out. If it did, hit that thumbs up button, get the video in the algorithm, and subscribe if you want to see more.